Today I fucked up taking my kids to see Inside/Out right after getting separated from our marriage. This happened last Thursday on the first week I had my kids after getting forcefully separated from my wife. In the span of 2 weeks, I slept in hotels, friends' campers, signed a new lease on life and a house, purchased a bunch of divorced guy furniture from Craigslist, went to court to stand trial and negotiate a settlement, barely interacted with the outside world and never really contemplated the entire sudden fiasco entirely. I was just trying to create a new home the state would deem worthy of my seeing my kids. Last Sunday, 2/28, was the first time I got to see them for a week at the new house since the breakup. It was rough, brutal, and confusing for everybody involved for the first few days, but we found a rhythm by Wednesday. That day, I received an email from a local venue about restarting showing movies in their outdoor seating area during the days since the weather had improved considerably. Just enter your name and those attending with you and win a chance for 6 tickets and a table to watch the movie in mid-afternoon. Being the new single dad, I wanted everything and signed up and we won, not knowing that everyone who signed up actually won because they needed to generate business since no one had been to the venue since fall. The contest was a ploy that worked wonderfully to draw folks out. SP oil of the plot of Inside Out. I'd never heard of Inside Out before because we normally don't attend movies, but watch some Netflix. We show up right as the movie is beginning, order a pizza and wait and watch. Nothing fancy, then I realize it's a movie about emotions that occur after a huge tumultuous breakup in a girl's life when she moves from the Midwest to California. Long story short, they comb through the child's entire psyche, reaching all the way back to her childhood, core memories with her parents, joy, sadness, anger, etc. Tears are streaming down my face as the buzzer lets me know the pizza is ready. I walk over, grab it and head back. We are silently munching through our pizza when the forgotten memory rocket ride scene takes place. In it, the emotion, joy, and Bing Bong, the childhood imaginary elephant friend of the protagonist, are trying to escape a pit of forgotten memories. They are riding an imaginary wagon that is powered by rocket rainbows fueled by singing. With both of them, it's too heavy to make it up a cliff and out to save the main character. Bing Bong decides at the last minute to eject himself from the wagon to make it lighter and sacrifice himself so his friend, the main girl, can find happiness again. I couldn't hold back any longer and straight up wailed and cried so loud other socially distanced tables were looking over and holding their kids close to them. I tried to stop, but 15 years of marriage, 2 kids, soccer games, schools, vacations, deaths in the families, secret handshakes, whispers, brownies, Sunday drives, and beach trips overwhelmed me and everything flooded out at once. It was terribly embarrassing for me and my kids. I couldn't hide it or stop it no matter how hard I tried. Just then the wind picked up and blew the pizza box, plates, napkins, water bottles and coloring books off the table and strewn them across the venue in broad daylight. The movie is blaring, I'm bawling, my children are confused and crying, and everyone is frantically trying to help me pick up my life. Luckily, my son, in the middle of the entire fiasco, walks over to a nearby table, stoops down and picks one of our pieces of pizzas off the pavement and removes some trash from it before taking a bite, then turns around looking at me and yells, "Dad, pick me up one of those waters off the ground, will you?" It was the comic relief every table needed and everyone broke into laughter. We slumped over to our table and finished the movie holding each other and rocking back and forth. We had not addressed the situation fully at that point, but the ride home was insightful and we talked a great deal. I still have a lot of work to do and relationship repair, but we are headed in the right direction. Too long didn't read, recently separated, brought kids to see Inside Out, broke down in front of everyone processing the recent events of my life. Edit. Thank you all for outright recognition of my situation through posts, messages, awards and generally reading it. What you all have shared has inspired me to keep going and in some perverse way belong to a great family toiling away every day in hidden pain that I am now in tune with. I've always kept everything at a distance, possibly to avoid this pain, and perhaps that is what I contributed to the dissolution of my marriage among other behaviors and not getting help sooner. I have done good things. I have helped people before on r/depression who have reached out and made community contributions around town. I just needed to be seen and heard today. Their mother is great, she is going to be fine, and I am going to continually support everything they do because I'll be right here about a mile from their house. They could walk over if they wanted to. You can believe this. I can assure you this is real and it happened. I'm real and nothing is fabricated. Yes, I contributed to the breakup, but that's not what this is about. I made sure to rent a house in the same town near their school in order to maintain presence in their lives and minimize the turbulence. I cooked all our favorite meals the first week to make it seem like it was the same, and slept on the floor with them the entire week since I took the week off from work. It's just a post about crying uncontrollably in public unexpectedly. That's it. Just like my life blowing up before my eyes. I never expected this to either. I am grateful for all of you reaching out, even those banging me for posting and asking for sympathy points. I know I can do this because so many of you said it could work and that you also did, suffered far worse, are deep in it right now, and shared incredible stories about making connections with your parents because of it. I am grateful, really. Today is my actual birthday in real life and I've been sitting here reading posts and dying all over again. I'm lonely, but not alone. Thank you all. I will pay all of your gratitude forward. I am truly sorry for misspelling inside out in the title. I fixed it here, but everything seems hypervigilant right now. I think that's a great choice in movies for this time in their lives though. I think it does a great job addressing negative feelings and how to work those things productively. I watched it with my daughter while my divorce process was starting and it hit really hard too. That movie hits hard no matter where you are in life if you're an adult. Kids seem to grasp some of it, but it hits different for adults. I'm so sorry. It's a heavy movie for sure. My wife bawls at Bing Bong every time. My wife bawls at Bing Bong every time is a sentence that demands context in order to not sound completely ridiculous. Sounds like the time I made the mistake of watching Coco right after my grandfather died. I was just going to warn up that Coco is another Pixar movie that will absolutely break you. So don't jump in unless you are prepared for some serious weepy catharsis. Doesn't even matter how recently your loved one died. If you've ever lost someone, Coco will make your grief fresh and earth-shattering again. To me, this sounds less like a fuck up and more like you possibly shattered a massive wall with your children. Being able to share your thoughts and feelings with them like you did during the car ride home will make the family healing process through all of this a lot more smooth, and chances are you're going to come out with the best relationship with your kids that you could ever hope for. Oh God. Hey look, I'm 12 years post-divorce. Our kids are now 17 and 20. They're doing great. It's okay to let them know you're sad and confused. It's okay for them to see you working hard to create a new stability. I'll even go so far as to say that it's okay for them to see that you and your ex are having a hard time getting along and are having hard feelings toward each other. There are just 2 rules to follow. 1. You both must always let your children know you love them and love spending time with them, no matter what. 2. You must never badmouth your ex before your kids. It's okay to say, "Mom and I have a lot of hurt feelings now," or whatever. It's okay to be factual. Don't badmouth their mom. And then rule 3 is don't force them to confront your dating life yet. Whole other conversation, and this is too fresh for you now, but keep that at arm's length for a while. Too long didn't read. Do your best to model healthy grief and constructive rebuilding while shielding your kids from spite. 2. Especially, my parents got divorced when I was 5, I'm 42 now, and my dad would actually praise my mother for raising me the way she did. Today I fucked up by impersonating a porn star. This literally just happened. Sometimes when I'm alone, I do goofy things with my voice. Exaggerated impressions, thick accents, general squealing, you name it. I live with family, so alone time where I can make noise carelessly isn't common. Well, one of the noises I make happens to be an exaggerated "oh fuck," a la that of a porn actress. It always makes me laugh because I'm an idiot like that. And I do it only once in a while, when the thought occurs and the place is empty. Now we have very thin floors, so thin that if people are talking above you, you can clearly make out the conversation. This is important for later. Today I was in my basement doing laundry, I dropped some clothes and exclaimed, "Oh fuck." And of course, my brain instantly clicked, and I did that exaggerated, "oh fuck." of a porn actress. Now I didn't just say oh fuck no, I yelled it. I yelled it like I was a real estate agent getting DP'd in the kitchen of her open house. This happened to happen right after my mom came home through the back door, directly above me. I hadn't noticed as I had been talking to myself. Only in the silence of my forbidden impression did I hear the familiar footsteps above me. Still haven't gone upstairs. I'm not sure I ever will again. Too long didn't read. While in the basement, I imitated that distinct oh fuck of a porn actress right when my mom came through the back door, right above me. We have very, very thin floors. Edit. Wow, I did not anticipate this much of a response. Thank you all for sharing amusing stories and all the rewards. If only this wasn't my throwaway. It makes me happy that so many people were able to laugh at my FU. For those asking for an update, I'm afraid it's not all that entertaining. I did escape the basement, only after my mom went upstairs. Besides that, it was a fairly uneventful night, thankfully. For those asking to hear this impression, I'm not quite at the point of sharing that yet. Sorry. If you're really that curious, go watch some porn and you'll likely hear something that's pretty similar. 2 upvotes if op is a guy. I didn't realize it could be otherwise until I read your comment. So one time I was doing laundry down in the basement of my aunt's house. Lived there for a couple years. I'm not sure what came over me, but I started dirty talking the washing machine. Things like oh yeah you like it dirty, don't you? Yeah I bet you can take the whole load huh? I'm gonna fill you up and you're gonna love it kinda stuff. Was laughing at myself because I thought it was pretty funny. Turned around to go back upstairs and my aunt is just standing there at the top of the stairs giving me a look that was a mix of equal parts confusion, disgust and disappointment. Took a couple of days before eye contact wasn't weird anymore. Legend says op lived the rest of their life in that basement. And if you listen closely, at really quiet times, you may still hear a random oh fuck. Did you get stuck in the washing machine after? He said mom, not stepbrother. Too long didn't read. Op's family knows her Reddit account and is trying to hide the shame of getting caught climaxing with the dryer. Today I fucked up by not knowing what Asperger's syndrome is. I was watching a random medical documentary just a couple hours ago, and when they discuss Asperger's syndrome, my brain just went lamb and flipped a switch to make me remember my first official screw up when I first came to America 20 years ago. If you look at the definition of clueless in the dictionary, my 12 years old face is right next to it. When we've arrived in America, we're very hungry, so we went to a diner so we can experience American cuisine for the first time. I was very excited and curious at the same time, so my senses were all over the place. I read the menu from front to back at least twice because the diner was very busy, so I have a lot of time to kill. One of the server went to the table behind me and I heard a kid yell in somewhat a mixture of surprised and excited tone. Then the dad told the server sorry, he has Asperger or so I thought. I still haven't gotten used to understanding American English just yet. I went back to read the menu again but I don't see a menu for Asperger. I asked my brothers and parents what that is but they just shrugged and told me to ask the server. It's their first time too, just probably not as curious as I am. When the same server went to our table to ask if we're ready, my parents told me to order first because I'm the closest, and also so I can practice speaking English. The screw-up conversation went as follows. Me, what is an Asperger? No, see it on menu, in a very broken English. Server, excuse me? Very confused trying to understand what I just said. Me, I heard behind me the son has Asperger, I want try. A man behind me overheard our conversation and he chimes in. Man, hey son, talking to me, do you mean Asperger's? Me, yes. Still thinking of Asperger, what is that? It sounds exciting. I heard your son yell. Man, now chuckles, probably understanding the situation. Son, it's Aspergers. It's not food, it's a mental condition that my son has. He yells because he is easily startled. I was apologizing to the server earlier because I don't want the server to think that she made a mistake. Server, after collecting her thoughts while trying so hard to not laugh, wait, do you mean Asperger, as in Asperger? Me, Yes, it's not burger. A man behind me, the server, the whole table behind me, and my whole table was now in full-blown laughter mode. The kid was banging excitedly at the table trying to show his emotion as well. The whole restaurant was looking at us with high level of curiosity. At that moment, my face probably looks like an orange. I'm Asian, you guys know what I'm talking about lol, and I couldn't do anything except sinking in my chair deeper and deeper. I was like, this is it for me, I'm just going to deport myself back home. After what probably feels like an eternity, the man chimes in again, tears still rolling down his face. Man, I'm sorry for laughing, son, while still laughing randomly mid-sentences, but that was funny. Welcome to America. Yes, it's not a burger, it's a disorder. I apologized profusely to the father and to the whole table, but not only he's very cool about it, he also offered to pay for my whole table. My parents kindly declined, still chuckling as well. My family torments me with the teasing all the way home. What's worse, my family researched what an ass is, showed it to me, and the torment continues for at least a whole month. Thanks a lot curiosity. Too long didn't read, my curiosity has led me to order a mental disorder in a restaurant. Edit, for the commenter that mentioned South Park, I did research into that, and oh boy, ignorance is indeed bliss. Thank you for those who recommended said video. Edit 2, for the readers who have the actual Asperger's syndrome. Thank you for reading and actually laughing at my misery instead of tearing me a new one for honest mistake. I do wish you all well, and upon further research, I'm kind of jealous because they said that most people with Asperger have high IQ. I wish I have high IQ. Edit 3, wow, this goes viral fast. I never expected my mishaps to be so famous overnight. Thank you everyone for reading and laughing with me at my misery. Thank you for all of the shiny awards as well, it was quite overwhelming. I tried thanking each and every single one of you individually, but if I missed you, I apologize. Thank you for the comments, your own stories, and especially the educational parts. I have learned a lot more in depth about the syndrome. Also, please notice me r/senpai.